Welcome to Good Company, a automation management game where, at least in free play, you try to build up products and sort of sell them on the open market and compete against everyone else against you. So the campaign has a bunch of levels you can go through, but we're going to be doing some free play and just going through and going against all of the competitors that it gives us. Moderate assets loans. We start off with a loan. Okay. I've played a bit of it on my own, and the broad strokes of it. Okay, first of all, it says we start with a loan. How much is this? Okay, we have a 250,000 loan. Ooh, okay, that is a lot. So the way this game works, there's a lot to it, but you have markets that you need to sell to. There's a certain demand that you can sell per week, and you just have to try and keep your company afloat. You can discover new markets over time. You can get upgrades to things like your workshops and things letting you build these materials and components. A bunch of different little things that they go over quite well in the campaign. So let's see. We are starting in this small little area here, and we already have the calculator and cassette player market available to us. So let's work on a cassette player, I suppose. Let's see. Let's do a cassette player. They like style. Do we have anything with style? Oh yeah, a good old wooden case. Going through the actual appearance of it doesn't actually change anything. The case can tell us how many slots it has, as well as the actual materials that are going to be needed to make it. The space is the most important thing, although in this case also here it says that, you know, the people want some style, and plastic doesn't have any style to it, but the wooden case, that's got 0.5 style. So we'll bring that over to appearance. We can just pick whatever we want. It doesn't actually impact the outcome at all. The Pro Groove, we don't need the Pro Groove Cure. Let's just keep the Pro Groove. The Pro Groover. There you go. And then now the modules. So expected features, they want a battery life of 1 and a sound quality of 1.5. Can I do that? No, they don't fit. Okay, we are doing a plastic case because they will fit in a plastic case. So sorry for people who wanted style, no. So we need 2 of those to get the mandatory 1.5 because they each give a sound quality of 1, and then they want a battery life of 1 as well, which can just be done with a single battery stack. Using higher tier modules also helps increase the price that we can sell it for, helping our maximum profit. So we meet all the demands. This will be the design we make, the Pro Groover. We can only actually get deliveries in this little predetermined delivery area. So let's just put that down. We know that we're going to need to make a Pro Groover. We need plastic case, battery stack, and a beeper. So let's work on that. We have, let's see. We need plastic cases. A plastic case. We'll make 0.83, or 1 every 0.83 days, and one of these is once per day. So including time picking stuff up, that's probably fine. We're gonna need 1 battery stack, which does not have any components that we need to build beforehand, with the same timeline there. And then we're also going to need 2 of the sound modules. 2 beepers. 0.83 days. Actually, yeah, this takes 1 day to build, and we need 2 of these in a day. So we'll build 2 of these, but this required coils, which is a component that we have to build. So this is going to need 4 every 0.83 days. How many coils can we make? 5 every 0.83 days. So this is a pretty simple start. So let's see, we need metal, plastic, and is that it? And chemicals. Metal, plastic, and chemicals. So here we need to purchase some metal, plastic, and chemicals, and we will be selling our Pro Groover. So let's just set up this factory real quick, make it so that we can actually transport things between other locations. So logistics employees are going to be the people who transport them from these pallets to any storage that we place down, which we'll be placing down next to the workbenches. So I'll just go ahead and design a little factory for this, a little basic thing, and then we'll get going. Alright, so here we are with the little design. Each space has its own little module, its own little shelf that they can access where the materials will go. They can easily place them after crafting them, and then our logistics employees, these little fellas with the hard hats, can scamper around and carry them everywhere. So we ended up going to attempt to craft, or to have 3 crafting benches working, but we need to wait to actually get deliveries of material first, to see if there are any mistakes and errors that will be occurring here. Something to note, I hired a lot of people. The people do need a slight salary, and they do have happiness. I'll be honest, I'm not sure what that does. Presumably they need to be some level of happy, but I don't know if it makes them work faster or slower or what. Also, there's nowhere for them to put things. So what we can do is put down just another shelf and have that be the designated output, so that we have 6 slots for output instead of 3. Or we can have 2 of them go there. Actually, so we should have you go there and then have 2 of them output to the other one. So each person has 3 output spots. So let's see how that goes. Also, have we sold anything yet? We have. Hi, Mr. Goodman here of Electronic Assembly. They're gonna teach me something. Producing more of the Goodman calculator. Okay, they seem to be a competitor in the calculator. Oh, we're not doing calculators, we're doing cassettes. Yeah, there's the Goodman calculator, and we have the Pro Groover. Bex Bots is doing the cassette player, so we'll see how that goes for us. So the way that works is there are 67 potential sales of cassettes in a given week, and that is split between everyone who is there. So we're only selling 6. I think that's because that's about how many we're producing, is it? No, we're producing 6 in 2 days. Oh, we do not have enough people. We don't have enough logistics employees, I think is the issue. Now, I know you can be smart and like set up a bunch of different zones. Like you can be like, oh, this is a zone, and you have people working specifically in that location. That tends to be a lot of work to then actually have them properly move material back and forth. So I like to opt for the Sardines technique, which is I just shove everyone in one building and then hire a million logistics employees and just hope that they do it well. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, I need to have more cell locations is why that is an issue. I need another of these. Another pallet specifically for selling the Pro Groover. Let's just max that out. We won't run out of space there now. What are you doing? Components? Yeah, so there's a bunch of little things that pop up that can help us get money. We can have these goals, which are produce cassette players, say, and we are doing that. We're not doing calculators right now, so that doesn't make sense for us to do. Components transported between zones, we're not doing that. Modules of tier 3, we're not doing that yet. So we can only really do that one active goal. But we did have this assignment pop up, which is just deliver a bunch of coils, and we'll get potentially a bunch of money. So I'll set up a little coils thing, which we already know how to do. It's just a simple tinker table. But the coils, we do have a special spot we have to place it. We have to place them in here. So we'll have this little building over here to be for our coils. So I'll build that up real quick. Okay, yeah, we just placed 2 more sets of this over here, as well as these 2 delivery pallets. So let's just get that going. Actually, this might be a reasonable time to separate this into its own zone. Those are like the same color. That is awful. So let's get a logistics employee here. We do need to have a pallet. This is the one frustrating bit. We can only purchase from over here. They need metal and plastic. So we can add a route, create a new route. We are going to create a route between the purchase pallet and this new pallet over here. And we will transfer metal and plastics. We'll pick them up from here and drop them off over here. We got 1 person working on that. So there's Beck's Bots, who's turning 16, Electronic Assembly 15, Hyperspeed Entertainment turned 40, and then us, BB Boxes, 109. So we're running away with it unless they decide to catch up with that. Once we've sold enough units, 1,000 units, we can upgrade the market, which will increase the demands of the consumer, but also we can get more money. We do have a pretty decent market share right now. Well, I say that, but I think we have the smallest market share of anyone selling. And the lowest revenue. So, you know, we're doing good. We should probably... Actually, the way to improve that is probably just increase the number that we're producing. So might as well just plop down some more assembly tables here. We can block the door, right? Who needs doors? Copy that over and then hire new people. And we're going to need to build more things, but we'll do that as the issues pop up. We sold 25. Oh no, we do. We're this light blue. Yeah, we do have the largest market share and the largest revenue. I thought we were the dark blue for some reason. That's what? Who? Beck's Boxes or something? Yeah, Beck's Bots. Sorry, we're boxes. One thing we can do is research to make better cases, better things, which also will give us these market points, I guess they're called, which will help us to expand into new markets, which is here, discover new markets. We could already do that, actually. We could get toy robots. Okay, virtual pet. We could do virtual pet. We need display fidelity and battery life are very important. So we could research those things. Audio visual. Display are going to be these matrices. Yeah, display fidelity. LED matrix. And battery, it said. We'll do an enhanced battery cell. So these need research. We need analysis desk as well as a research desk. The research desk does the actual research. Crazy. And then the analysis desk is what gives us more of these points in the top right, which is actually what we use to research. You saw when I was clicking things, they cost some amount of those points. So we can take an analysis desk and say, put it right here. Grab a shelf to shove right in front of it. And then say, okay, we have a bunch of batteries. We have beepers cases. Let's say we'll research beepers. Just put everything, a little bit of everything, so that hopefully it doesn't completely ruin any production that we already have. So we'll say that it can do those 3. They'll occasionally get boxes of things placed over here. And then research. And then from that, we will gain points. So they're doing a beeper. So we just got some of those little half circles. One thing that could do to help here is upgrade. We need the electronics workbench. So in the business development, we can see different types of workbenches we can get. Wow, we don't have the research points for it. We have the success points, which we can get through these company goals. Make a profit of 100,000 from selling modules and products. We should be able to do that with a feature sum of 5 or more points. Do we have, is our feature sum 5 points? No, we have a feature sum of 3. Well, that's just going to be sitting on the back burner there for a little bit, I suppose. Anywho, we can get the electronics workbench, which means we can upgrade these, which make them twice as fast. So instead of 0.83, it's now 0.42. And they're low on batteries now, which is the chemistry table. Can we upgrade that? I think we still have enough space. So let's just go ahead and upgrade all these tables. We have some money to do that. Right, and we have a loan that is also eating away at our... I could repay all of it. We'll pay off a large chunk of it, because I don't want to drop us down to almost $0. That would be very painful. I think I'm just gonna go through this until we can get to another market phase, or until we start building another thing, which actually, I could do that now. I could discover the virtual pet market. Yeah, I'll do that now, actually. We'll do the virtual pet market. So we have that, so let's build a virtual pet. We'll try to do the wooden case again, see if we can shove in all the things that they want. So this is going to be the Tamagotchi. Because it's a cube, you know, it's not a little circle. What is inviting as a, I mean, it's just a cosmetic, but that's pretty good coloration. Yes, I get it, Becky. You have the number cruncher 01. Okay, we need display fidelity, which we now have these LED matrices, which will immediately fill that up when just 1. Then we need some battery life. We need 1.5. Oh, do I not have my research done yet? We'll wait and see. I'll come back when we have that researched, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see if it's actually beneficial and what the deal is. There's another assignment. We can get the all or nothing, because they are an acorn company, I suppose, who need plastic bot chassis. We're gonna convert this location to be both. They're waiting on a whole bunch of stuff. That's fine. We should still be safely in the lead. We don't have half total yet. Well, let's see, there's 1,600 left. We're 1,400 ahead of Hyperspeed Entertainment, so we do need to continue doing this for a little bit, although not very long. Alright, we have researched that battery cell, so let's see how that ties in to this. We were able to make like 200 and change before. Okay, we can make even less. Nice. Yeah, I guess we'll just stick with the battery stack, even though it's a lower tier, so it's a bit worse, but we're getting more money from it. So at least we have the research done and prepared for later, for whenever we need it. We should pick new things to research. The multi-cooker looks fun. Heating and power supply. So let's research stuff for that, which I've not done before. Although I believe I saw power supply over here, yes. So we'll add that, and then where's heating? Other types. Oh, well, there you go. Heater. That'll do it. Minus 1.5 power supply. Oh! A new assignment is available by Duff Corp. They want virtual pets. Oh, we can build those. With a battery life of 2. Haha, we have 2. Nice. Okay, we just need a space to build that. How much is this building? 84,000, that's all of our money. Okay, well, we can't do that. This, we're gonna win. Well, we can do that, actually, because this is gonna end shortly. We'll get the 17,000 for being in first. Are these done? Almost. Oh, cutting it close again with the profit. Okay. So we'll get 14,000 for being majority. We're still getting some from this. Oh, this is the 17,000 one. And we are in the lead for now, although not by much. So I think we can purchase this building. It has a delivery area. Let's get it. Okay. We do not have a lot now. Do we still have a loan? Oh, we do. Okay. The interest is very low. And that is all that we'll be doing this time. Seems like we've done quite a lot today, so next time we'll work on doing the virtual pet and we'll get that whole thing set up. So thank you, I hope you enjoyed.